Hello everyone, my name is Aiden and welcome to my speed paint. Today I learned that animation is the worst. Well, not actually. I actually really enjoy animation, but you see, animating in Photoshop is not a good idea. I decided to animate one of my characters, Lolah, who's a witch. I decided to animate her flying on a broom. Just real casually up and down, nothing really intensive. But this was really a struggle. It took way too long to do this, and I'm not even really happy with the final product. I think this is honestly the first time that I'm not happy with the final product. I guess it's okay. I don't know. Things have been hectic lately, and it's just been a mess. And then animating this on top of that. Anyways, the actual piece, right now, I'm sketching it out. I used green for the pieces that I'm going to be moving around, and gray I used to represent the pieces that won't be moving. Right now I'm laying out where the keyframes roughly will be. I don't know what happened, but at some point I messed up the keyframes, so it's all jumpy at the end. But I'm honestly too lazy to fix it. So I'm not going to be positive in this video. I really wish I would be, but it's important to show the positive and negative sides of doing your whatever craft you do, like art or whatever. So right now I'm starting off with the first few images. I labeled them as frames in my layer settings, but they're not really frames. They're really just images, and at first it was going really well. I was surprised. The in-betweens aren't really that awful to work with. It's not even that bad. I was really worried about the in-betweens and how that was going to affect stuff, but honestly I didn't need to worry about that. I really enjoyed how the animation was going at first, and I wish I had the same tenacity throughout. Over time I just started getting tired with it and wanted to move on. But I pushed through it, and for better or for worse, I finished the animation. A lot of the process was really tedious, and it's really self-explanatory looking at it. And like, if I have just a little bit of explanation here, so I'm mostly going to be talking about Lolah, because I need to talk about something else. So Lolah is a witch, and she lives in an undisclosed location. I don't know. It's America. That's all we really need to know. In a universe relatively similar to ours. All the magic in this universe is based off of, I guess, what you'd call real-world magic. So like, one of the characters in the story, Chris, she does voodoo. I don't know technical terms. I actually haven't studied voodoo that much, mostly because there's not that many really good sources on it. So if you have any good sources on it, please let me know in the comments. Anyways, Lolah focuses on the more traditional pagan Wiccan magic style thingy. I don't know what to call it. Magic? Yeah, magic. So that's her main focus. Anyways, so she is not a good person. I'm gonna put that out there right now. She's not a good person. For me, I write characters who interest me. I don't write people who are always good, always bad, that kind of thing. I write interesting characters who interest me, and people who interest me, and stories that interest me. So it's no different with Lolah. I don't think she's a good person, and you'll see that once I actually start working on the series. Well, publishing my work on the series, because I've already finished the script for the first episode, or at least the draft. If anyone's interested in that, comment down below and let me know, and I'll try to like hit you up with a copy of the script, or a link to the script, or what have you. We're inking stuff right now, and honestly, the inking is a lot easier than I thought it would be. It's just this initial part. It was really annoying. I wanted things to be symmetrical, and I couldn't find the symmetry tool. I was told there's a symmetry tool, but I can't find it, so let me know if down below in the comments. I keep saying that so much in this video, where that is and how to get to that. And yeah. Oh, one thing you'll notice, the art style for Lolah is a very different art style than you're used to seeing me do. It's a much more simplified art style, which is useful for animation, because if you make a very complex art style, it's so much worse to animate. Trust me. Anyways, so yeah, she's not a good person. Like one of the first like spells she does for someone is a love curse, because she asks her to do a love spell for her, and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna do a love curse on you because I'm spiteful and actually the worst. Anyways, yeah, I don't like her as a person. I enjoy her character though, and that's the thing to know about protagonists. They don't need to be good people. A protagonist is simply someone who you follow around in the story, and the antagonist is whoever opposes the protagonist, whoever creates conflict. In this universe, it has different rules than like the traditional. I put a spin on the traditional magic systems and stuff. So in this world, there is Yog-Sothoth and the gateway to other alternate dimensions. Yog-Sothoth is a Lovecraftian entity. He is the gate, the key, all that good stuff. He's the grandfather of Cthulhu, so for those of you who don't know much about Lovecraft, that's some stuff you should know. Honestly, the Lovecraft mythos is really interesting to me, and I decided to implement it here because I could. Right now we're lining up the frames. This is such a tedious process. Photoshop's not meant for animation. It's a photo editing program, and I use it as an art program and an animation program. It's not meant for animation at all, so I recommend something like, I guess, Adobe Animate, but I can't get Adobe Animate to work for me, so I'm looking at other things. OpenTunes is pretty good from what I hear and see, but it's not working for me for whatever reason. Like, it's not responding to my tablet, so I can't use it. I'm thinking about getting Toon Boom, but I just been slacking. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, Yog-Sothoth is the, I guess what you call the main entity, the largest entity, the strongest entity in this known universe. There's many universes. That's a story for a much later time and date, probably around 2067. We'll see if I make it there. Anyways, that all aside, we're getting into the coloring right now. I don't want to color another animation ever, honestly. For coloring, I made it so much harder on myself than I needed to. You'll see what I do later, but what you want to do is you want to copy the layer below it and just move it up with the animation. You'll see what I mean. Instead, I started out with coloring everything, and it's just so tedious. I don't know, I'm just kind of mad right now at myself, at the animation, at a lot of things. Anyways, let's talk about Lolah more. So, I guess to kickstart her story, the script starts off talking a little bit about her past, talking like about her family situation. She lives with her mom. Her dad divorced her mother when she was very young, like an infant, for religious differences. Honestly, I'm not going to do much with him, so he's not important. I just need to explain him, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so her mother decided to be very, very, very lenient on Lolah and what she does. Let her do whatever she wants, basically. Like, if Lolah's summoning the devil, it's okay. Let her do what she wants, kind of mother. Until later on, when stuff starts happening, you'll see. I don't want to spoil that, honestly. It's really interesting to me. I don't like spoiling my stories, but I have a habit of doing it because I want to be able to. I want to watch my stories. I want to see people's reactions to my stories. I want to see their theories. It's honestly one of the most satisfying things to a creator to like have fan works, to see fan interactions, to see how fans like interpret things. It's so interesting to me. Like, I don't know, this sounds like I want to study my fans, but like I want to interact with my fans. I want to see where they go. I want to like lead them along the way and see what they think of my story, because honestly that would be the most rewarding thing to me as a creator. This is getting really sappy, sorry. But yeah, so she has a lot of lenience on what she can and cannot do. And she also discovers the secret to flying on a broom, because in traditional pagan witchcraft, they cannot fly on brooms, sort of. Without the use of hallucinogenics, you can't fly on brooms. But it's actually really interesting, the history of that. Anyways, she discovers the secret to riding brooms, and I don't know if this would actually work, but it's a theoretical thing, and I like writing theories on science and other things. But that's just a theory, a film theory, I guess. This would be film theory? Like map pattern. Anyways, this is much more disjointed than my usual style. I'm just all over the place, but I actually kind of like a style a lot more. I don't know. Anyways, so eventually she meets Mason. I keep getting names mixed up because I have Mason and Josh. And my brain wants to say Jason for whatever reason. That's going to be their ship name. Anyways, she meets Mason, who is a demonologist. He also knows how to ride a broom. They become friends. Mason's I don't know how to describe his personality. He's not all there or something. I don't know, he's not very mentally present all the time. He's kind of off. I don't know how to describe it. I don't describe personalities, I write them. I write how characters interact. I don't describe them. I'm not very good at descriptions. But yeah, so they hit it off at first, but he kind of starts to become wary of Lolah. Then there's Jason. She meets him later on in the actual first episode, because there's episode 0, which is kind of a pilot, which is roughly 11 minutes long based on the writing, though it might be longer, we'll see. I might want to make it shorter, who knows. Anyways, in that pilot episode, we only meet Mason, her mother, and her. The other characters, Chris and Josh, we meet in episodes 1 and 2. They're both present in episode 1. We formally meet Josh in episode 1 and formally meet Chris in episode 2. Oh yeah, right now I'm fixing this so that everything's in order. We're coming to the end of this video. And honestly, if you're interested in my story, just tell me in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it's not like my regular style. Until next time, see you later. Goodbye.